Hello, my fellow Decepticons! Unicronobot here, coming at you with another video review. And today we are looking at the Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Voyager class, Soundwave. And before I get started, let me just say, I impulsively threw out the box for this guy, along with the Ultra Magnus box that I'm going to review later on. So, you're not going to see the boxes for those two, I apologize. But that being said, let's just get to the robot. Okay, so here we have Soundwave in his weird, compact, mammoth, Cybertronian tank thingy. It really just feels like a boombox on wheels whenever I look at this guy, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, I will say this: in this vehicle mode, I feel looked a lot better on. Pardon me, on the deluxe class version of him that we got a few years ago. I feel it worked a lot better because, like, in the video you see, yeah, it's a little, in the video game you see it's a lot clunkier, but it's clunky, but it's still somewhat sleek at the same time. And I feel that the deluxe class really captured that, whereas this one just captured the size of it. And I like that. I do like how big he is. Well, it's doing it now, but for some reason earlier, the wheels on this guy weren't rolling that well, but now they are, of course, on camera. But yeah, I really like the details on this guy. I will say I prefer the blue on this guy over the blue on the deluxe version. I think it's a lot better. I just actually like the paint applications more on this one overall. I really like the translucent purple wheels. Usually I don't like translucent wheels, but this is my only exception. I like the gold back here. On the deluxe, if I remember, they just left this flat blue. And I love the little detailed energon lights and stuff. It's a real cool vehicle mode, but like I said, I prefer how the deluxe's vehicle mode looks. Alright, that being said, let's transform him. Alright, first you gotta take off his gun thing and just put that to this. Oh wait, before we transform, let me also say that in this mode, you can store Laserbeak inside, which I like. I like how you could store him in both modes. Alright, that was just a little tidbit. Anyway, now let's get him into robot mode. And to do that, just take his little gun off, and you kind of just push this bit back here for a little bit. Then you just fold out the feet. This one's being a little difficult. Fold these out, and then you're going to take the entire crotch piece and just fold that like so. And then you're just going to turn these wheels back like that. Turn these wheels back like that. And you got the legs done. Alright, let's get to the arm. Okay. So for the arms, what you gotta do is you basically just fold those out. And then on this side too. And what you gotta do is you fold these out, and this reveals the head. And then you untab this and then fold up, turn, and then fold this back like that. Same on this side. Fold that down. Bring this up, turn, fold in. And then you just fold out the fist, fold out the fist, and then with this back piece right here, you push it back like here. Now you're probably wondering, why is that just hanging off like there so awkwardly? I'll explain later. And here you have Soundwave in his pretty epic looking robot mode. Now, looking back at this guy, I gotta say I much prefer this robot mode over the robot mode of the deluxe class. I really like this guy. He looks so friggin' menacing. Definitely like a major contrast compared to the last Soundwave we got, which was the Transformers Prime Soundwave, who was really sleek and skinny. This guy is like the exact opposite. This guy is big and he is buff. Almost a little too buff, if you ask me, but that's mostly for the gimmick. And, but yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot one little bit. to finish off the transformation, you fold those back. Okay, now he's done. But yeah, I really like this guy. And he is a pretty great figure, I'm not gonna lie. But he has a few problems, and I gotta say my biggest problem with him is the thing that also makes him really cool, and it's his gimmick. Oh, I almost forgot to put this on him. But yeah, my biggest problem is his gimmick, and it only because it works a portion of the time. What you do, it's actually really G1 reminiscent. What you basically do is you press this button right here on his shoulder, and it pops out, and then you see laser beaks inside. And then you basically take this, and then you just, see what I mean? You're supposed to push it really hard, and it shoots laser beak out. But the problem with this is, Laserbeak is almost too big to fit in the hole. It's really hard to get him out of the hole. And like, this gimmick's only worked, I want to say, twice. And which kind of sucks. And I don't like that, which is why I don't really display him with Laserbeak inside. And also, because if I don't keep Laserbeak inside, you can push this all the way back, and it just looks a lot better. And before we keep talking about him, let's actually look at Laserbeak. This is the little data disk that is Laserbeak, and I really like this. What I really like is how they were able to like keep, with all the little Cassetticons they're going to give us, how they go from this circle and they transform into something really cool. My only problem is that these guys are spring loaded. So with how the gimmick was supposed to be is, you press that thing really hard, it shoots out Laserbeak, and when he hits the ground, it would hit this tab at some point, and it transforms into Laserbeak. And I like this guy. My only problem with him is that he's a really like one-sided figure. You would only want to see him from this angle. When you look at him here, doesn't look like a bird. When you look at him from here, kind of looks like a bird, but you see all of his mechanics and screws, and that doesn't look very nice. So yeah, whenever I really display this guy, I usually just have Soundwave hold out his arm a bit like that, and then I just like perch Laserbeak there. If Laserbeak will be willing to stay there, and I usually do that because I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Laserbeak. And don't get me wrong, as much as I feel like the gimmick was a failure, but I love how that they were actually willing to give us that. I mean, that's something they really didn't have to do, but they were willing to do it anyway. So, and you bet your butt I'm gonna get the other one of these Cassetticons because I want a Ravage. Articulation-wise, his arm will go all the way around. It can go lower, I guess, but that looks ugly to me. It can go this high up, but then like the arm can go this far up, and then it has the swivel right here. His elbow's on a ratchet joint, and his hand is on a little pivot right there. As for the legs, it's on a pin socket, good range, got a thigh swivel, another nice ratchet joint at the knee, and really good toe movement. I like that. I do like that. Hardest articulation though is his head. I'm not sure if it's just mine, but mine barely moves. It is extremely tight. But yeah, that's not too big of a problem because, like I said, I keep these guys on display. I don't play with them as much as a kid would. But that being said, I really like this guy. I love the face sculpt. I mean, just look at that. That is a really awesome face. Just everything about this guy, like, on top of that, he's also, if I remember correctly, he is almost the exact same size as the original G1 Soundwave. So we have a new Soundwave with a G1 reminiscent paint job, a G1 reminiscent gimmick, and he's the same size as G1, which I think is pretty cool. Now, everyone is going to be asking, because this is a Soundwave who is clearly based on G1, does he have a boombox mode? The answer is kinda. It's actually really reminiscent to that of the deluxe one that we got, which I like. I like how they were able to give him his fake boombox mode. What you gotta do is you gotta take off the gun again, and you kind of have to half transform him. That was my phone. I usually just push this back just to make room, and you're basically turning the entire upper half into car mode, really. Fold back the fist, and then you fold that in, sort of. You leave the tusks, the tusked wheels back, and then you just, come on. And then you can push that back. And then with the legs, you're gonna turn this up all the way, and then rotate out. Same with this side. Fold up the foot. Rotate out. Bring up the foot as high as you can, because the higher you get, the more chance you'll have less leg see-throughness. And here we have him in his boombox mode. Yeah! And the other good thing about this is that the tab is still exposed, and this isn't so far back that you can't put in Laserbeak. And now you're going to see what I mean. It's really, really tough to get it in. It sounds like you're going to break something when trying to put it in, and I don't like that. But yeah, here he is in boombox mode. I'll be honest, I never put him in actual vehicle mode. When I display this guy, he's either in boombox mode or in robot mode. The only problem with this mode is that there's no real place to put this. I guess you could tab it into the back right there, like that. It's going to be really loose. Oh, see what I mean? Really loose. But yeah. Yep, that kind of works. But yeah, my final thoughts on this guy, he is a must-have, especially if you couldn't get the deluxe Soundwave that came in the Generations like a few years ago, because that dude goes online for like $40 to $50 out of the box. It's ridiculous. This guy's going for $24. I've only seen him at Toys R Us, so I think that's your best bet of finding him. But yeah, this guy is a must-have. His robot mode, I find, is a lot better than the deluxe versions. His vehicle mode is alright. It's not as good as the deluxe versions, but still, it's really good. His boombox mode, I find, is a lot easier to make than the deluxe is, and it looks exactly the same. And that's all I really got to say for him. He's definitely a must-have. I highly recommend this guy. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me, you guys. I hope you like this review. Be sure to like and subscribe so that you can see more reviews. Up next, I'm going to be doing the Transformers Prime Voyager Ultra Magnus. And this is Unicronobot signing off.